ESEA.
Welcome back to ESL Pro League Season 6, Play Day numero 6. It's a Sunday. We're week 1, the Super Week, the honeymoon period. It's all been happening. If you just missed the action, Mouse Sports, they just split the series with G2 on Cache, and the first map was Cobblestone. We're going into a next big game. It's going to be Na'Vi taking on the likes of NiP. We did see Na'Vi last night, Simple putting on a fantastic performance on Mirage, getting a lot done. But let's get map specific on this one. We don't have much time. The teams are almost ready. Yanko, you take NiP. Natu, you take Na'Vi. Head-to-head battle, go.
Yeah, well, both teams have actually been a bit disappointing in their performances so far. NiP looking a bit disjointed, not that much discipline or coordination within the team. The calls seem to be a bit off. So also the map pool is weird for NiP for this matchup. They're playing Train and Mirage, if I'm correct, and those are two probably of their least played maps. I think Mirage was their go-to ban for a very long time. Train not that high on their depth chart either, so it's going to be very interesting to see how they perform on these two particular maps.
Yeah, Na'Vi we haven't seen on Train, if I'm correct, so far in Pro League with this lineup. So it's interesting to see. Used to be a map that they would prefer, but they still have a lot of question marks. How do they set up their play? We discussed this before as well. How they don't want to build it around an upper in the same fashion they did with Guardian. Now having Simple. He's not as a reliable operator, more like a dynamic one that you want to have as a situational player to utilize on the T side. And yeah, it's interesting to see how it actually works out. And now getting that first outing on Train.
Yeah, I think for Na'Vi actually they might be more comfortable playing a team like NiP simply because NiP at times is not as aggressive on the CT side as they should be, and Na'Vi with Zeus's style of play on the T side, very slow and methodical, taking map control, players spread around the map. So usually what you want to do to counter that is pick positions or pick out areas of the map where you're going to be aggressive yourself on the CT side, try to get a numbers advantage early on, or at least some information where they want to end the round.
Yeah, we did see questionable play from NiP in their matchup on Inferno, especially on that first gunner running through the smoke. And then on the screen right there, we had Simple doing questionable play, but it seems to work for that guy. You know, he had just a crazy workload in that Mirage game, getting it done and pushing Na'Vi across the line. So when we get across to Mirage, I'm definitely going to be favoring those boys. But starting with Train, I think this is the chance for the guys from NiP to show what they've been working on in their off time and show that maybe it is a map they do want to lean towards going forward.
I just want to see some dynamic from NiP on both sides, right? I want to see playing as a team. I want to see aggressive strats on the T side and some set pieces they're known for. That B executed they had a while back on Train with a bunch of Molotovs, you know, smokes that worked wonders for them. I want to see them try that at least once in this game, and I want to see some of that style on the CT side that we saw from Fnatic earlier in the week, playing for each other, pop flashing and so on.
Well, rumor has it some of the most romantic, well-groomed, beautiful British casters are standing by to cast some matches for you. Once again, Henry and Harry, take it away.
Thank you very much, Chad. We are indeed ready. Na'Vi versus NiP. NiP haven't looked too great in the Pro League so far. It's been a bit up and down for them. Same story for Na'Vi as well, but they've been getting much better. I think they're looking lights out right now in terms of the AWP potential for Simple. That's looking great, I have to say.
Yeah, you know, I think for NiP, they're a little bit lacking, I think, thus far. We haven't really been too impressed with them. They had a couple of rounds where we've seen signs of life, but we've never really seen a unit, right? They don't really look like a very good team. You know, when you look over in Na'Vi, they've been getting better. I don't think you can deny that. They had a bit of a weak start to all of this.
Yeah, for sure. But for NiP, it seems like Forest is looking very, very good. Gerai's had some moments as well, but it's the young guns, Draken and Rez, they've been somewhat absent, I would say. But Train, like the guy said, it's a map that's been interesting for NiP. Never ever been their best, I would say, but when Thread came in, they did bring more diverse strategies to the table, and they have been getting better at it. I'll be interested to see what they can do now. They have got a bit more firepower available to them. Here we go then. Round number 1. Buy coming in, and a Deagle for Simple, of course. Why not? No messing around for him. 4 sets of armor, no nades at all. That suggests something very quick towards inside to me, but we'll see what happens there. I assume Simple goes towards main entrance and tries to find the first pick, which he will indeed. Can't do anything with it, though. Draken takes him down. Inside rush comes through.
Yeah, they're going to go charging in. Rez trying to stand between them and B. We'll be able to find the first. I haven't dealt with him just yet, so this bomb plant going to be very tricky, but luckily enough, Edwards able to pick that up, get right. And Draken have rotated in, as now are the rest of the guys. But it's Zeus to go and beat them to the punchline. Goes rotating on up, takes the fight to them. And now Flamey and Edward, they're the two men left to try and clutch this one out for Na'Vi. Exist, he's not looking too healthy. He's going to be finished off by Flamey at range. But now it is just Flamey left in the 1v1, because somehow he's been connecting these shots. Gets himself a USP, runs out of ammo. Has to try and retreat. His feet just show in, and Forest tapping away. Going to be tickling those feet. He'll finish this off, and there we go. Forest clutches that out, but I think there's time left for this.
It's over. He didn't have the kit. Unfortunately for him, it was a great effort. It seemed like he'd done enough, and unfortunately not. It's Flamey who has to jump up and down the lower ramp, and Forest is right to fall back there. Might as well save the armor, the smoke, the defuse kit as well. Upgrades to the Desert Eagle, and Na'Vi, I don't think they're expecting to win that one, considering they lost the first couple of frags. Bomb gets planted though, and then a very good job by Flamey towards the end, finds 2 crucial kills there. It was Simple who was trying to set the tone outside the Desert Eagle. We haven't really seen that be successful in recent times. It was a period of CSGO for about 3 months. The Deagle and Pistol on the T side used to find opening frags left, right and centre. Hasn't really been the case for a while. But here we go, and the full investment from NiP. Even Draken getting involved with the Deagle body armor. Lose this, he won't have the AWP first gun round. This is limiting themselves. Many teams who do choose to force buy in the second round definitely don't get their AWP on armor as well. So that's a bit of a blunder. But can still win the round, of course. But the way it's looking to me so far, it looks like it will be a Na'Vi affair. Get right gets 1 in return. I think he's going to be on the flank. Of course, he is towards T-spawn, picks up a scout. Might just be saving at this point.
Yeah, you can see Gerard's got no intention of going anywhere from here. Exist going to look to try and join in. They can take the P250 and the Scout, the arm of the CZ, into the next round. Wouldn't even surprise me if they see the Scout thrown over to someone like Draken to try and use. Then you've got the CZ and armor up for Get Right. It allows you to kind of have 3 players who can potentially wreak some havoc. But Na'Vi, they're going to come hunting. Going to go looking for them. We'll convert that second round as well. Only losing Simple, so they're going to make a nice bit of money on the back of this. Frags came in with those UMPs for seized, but rest was ready from Flamey.
Very simple procedure there. Towards the lower side, it was Draken got taken down. He went aggressive towards the upper ramp there with the Desert Eagle trying to find the first frag, but quick to the punch. Na'Vi take him down, and then Rez locked in a difficult position as well. Draken given the scout here. He'll be trying to do what he can. He might just be able to squeeze out the orb with glass cannon next round. If he finds a kill this scout, he should be fine, but we'll see what happens here as we get into round number 3. Should be quite an easy one for Na'Vi, but the scout can always be problematic.
Na'Vi, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Going to turn their attention once again over into B. Get Right doesn't get anything done, and Na'Vi, they've already found a site they can just exploit. That Molotov actually going to go ahead and burn out Draken, so the Scout gets nothing done either. Now juggled over onto Rez. Forest has found some decent damage. Season Edward are both tagged low. They want to try and do some damage in this round, considering that you saved the armor and the Scout. Able to find Zeus. Looking to try and get that much more done. This should be a third, but Rez is making it a little bit expensive for them here. Simple's coming in the back line. Only has a USP. Here's the first. Looks for a little bit more. He's got armor, but Simple. He's got aim as he picks that one up. Forest now 1v2. They've made this round very expensive for Na'Vi, but it will still be a 3-0 lead for Na'Vi. NiP.
Decent attempts, absolutely. Draken will follow his money, certainly the AWP for the team. Forest is 6k there after finding a magnitude of frags. I'm sure he can drop the AWP over, so it's not all for naught. They have caused considerable damage in terms of the economic situation for Na'Vi, but they are on the CD side here, and they start posting some rounds. Draken gets dropped the AWP. Decent buy overall. Forest, he's the only casualty, really. Oh, I guess Get Right as well. Look at that, Harry. He's got a CZ only as we enter the first gun round here, so there are some compromises. UMP for Forest, and I guess in certain situations that CZ can be deadly.
Means you're putting a lot of faith in Draken, though, and if he continues in the fashion we saw yesterday, then that fight might be ill-placed. The CZ up on E-Box allows Get Right to find him first. Still more work left to do, and Zeus and Edward will shut down to him. Return Exist. Over in Old Hell, tries to trade this one back. He'll only get one. Rez falls to that push in from C's. Exist is the only man left out on the A-bomb side. Draken's rotating around, and Simple will quickly execute him. Leaving this on Draken. He was dropped the AWP. with the belief it would make a difference. And let's see.
Here we go.
He's able to find the first, turns it into the 1v2. Draken did not have the performance we'd expect from him yesterday, and this time he's looking to show that he can step up. 1v2. Zeus still over here on A with the bomb, waiting to see if Seized can pull him off over there towards B as the flashes and smokes rain in. It will all be a fake, and Draken, he takes the bait, hook, line, and sinker.
2 versus 1. 35 seconds. Bomb should be planted outside here. Zeus is making sure he checks every nook and cranny at this point. Doesn't want to give anything away. Retake begins. Draken knows the bomb's down outside. AWP in hand. Not ideal. Needs to find 2 kills. They'll know he has the AWP here. Flashes out. Gives the position away. Zeus hears the pin being pulled and takes him down. Lovely stuff. 4-0. NiP down to the eco now. And it's looking quite impressive from Na'Vi, I have to say. This is a good old system they've got right now. Overwhelming NiP, left, right, and centre. No one really getting anything done. Oh, they're force buying? Okay, here we go. AWP out for Draken. He got dropped the AWP previously, so I thought they'd take an eco here for sure. UMPs, scouts, M4s, little to no utility. Draken with the AWP once again has to go absolutely wild here up against the simple AWP. We've been interested to see how that develops. Is this Rez shooting the USP bullets towards low around there to try and bait in that he's going to be full eco and say, yeah, come in, it's fine, guys. But no, he's got the UMP and potentially an AWP at connector as well. It's going to be get right with the M4, and he does find the first shot as well. So that bait with the USP actually worked out quite nicely for them.
Draken able to pick up one more, turns the man advantage now in favour of the Swedes. It's Na'Vi find themselves actually in this round with their backs against the wall. This is the best spot we've seen NiP in on this map thus far. Na'Vi trying to play with the man disadvantage, send everyone into Pop Dog. Draken going to be holding this from connector, ready for them to push on out. Just holds the angle, waits with bated breath. The timing not going to be in his favour here. He's going to start to look away, start to have his reservations. And this boost from Simple allows him to try and spawn the train down by Ivy. Doesn't see anything. Sees to just waiting to see if any aggression comes in from B as well. Time ticking away here. Na'Vi have to come to a decision. Once again, going to throw in this smoke and flash, try and sell the fake with such little time left. Could cause a rotation off, but now he's going to rotate back round. And the real play is about to become present. Draken misses that first shot. Shoulder peaks on out of spot. Simple there with the AWP. Doesn't want to go back out into the moors of the Na'Vi AWPer as Draken finds himself pinned, stuck between a rock and a hard place as Flamey takes the aggressive angle. It's Seized to find the first. Into the 3-on-3 we go. The site take has to be faster. There's not much time left. The bomb plant going to come on through. It could get denied though, which it will. Damage done, and there we go. Seized falls. NiP play that perfectly, and Exist at the end takes the triple.
Wasn't the cleanest finish there for NiP, but just about getting the job done there, like he said. Time ticking away. One of the calling cards previously of Zeus in the former Na'Vi lineup. Likes to run down the timer as much as he possibly can. And they did lose the first couple of opening picks there. And it will be NiP posting their first round, but still not stable yet in a financial term. So we'll see whether they can win this round. It's going to be another AWP Simple coming out for AK-47s. You can see Na'Vi lacking utility across the board. 2 smokes there, a few flashbangs, and 1 Molotov to work with. It's going to be a deep round for both teams, but a bit of aggression towards Ivy. Draken baiting in 1. Simple to see how fast he can be here. Flashbang will come through. Oh my god, that's so nice. Oh, it's beautiful. They throw the flash in, they bait out, he's going to fall back and peeks before it goes off. But still, Forest is fighting back. 4-on-3 now. But the advantage firmly lies towards Na'Vi.
Forest takes the aggressive angle, but Simple is so quick to find that frag. Rez and get right there, the two that are left, but Simple is on form. Rez, 1v3, does manage to get the trade, drops the bomb, and now it's him. The new ninja in this NiP roster to try and last versus 2 seasoned veterans of CS. Playing it around the site, time ticking away. Rez has the players sneaking up on him, and Zeus will find the head. Na'Vi, they're going to go 5-1 up. Reset the economy of NiP as well.
5-1, huge reset as well. This is like double eco territory. They can buy them the next round. They can't invest a single dollar here. They'll get 1,900 on top of what they have right now, which isn't much. Each player hovering around the 2K mark. So we'll have about $4,000 per player, meaning get M4s, body armor, no nades, or you go for UMPs and a bit of utility. Certainly won't be ideal. Should be a guaranteed round here. We have seen Na'Vi struggle against the pistols before. I have to say, though, Simple, he's looking fantastic with the AWP right now. Seems to be a role he's been gagging to get on towards recently. But this could be in now. Solidify himself as a main AWPer. And finds the first 2 kills. Why not?
Yeah, Flamey actually tries to take up his position. He's going to go down on the rush. And Simple now has to be careful. Just going to smoke it off. Nice this passive. That was... would have been a spectacle had it connected. But yeah, I mean, you're right. Simple was eager to get on an AWP roll, and he's making it his own now within this Na'Vi roster. I think that's what's so scary about Simple, is the knowledge he could just come in and steal your role. If he wants to get good at being IGL, he'll do it. But here we go. So he's just mopping up the remaining players. Rez and Forest, all that remain. And Rez actually able to do that much more damage. Apparently just soaking up frags with this USP before he is dealt with.
So I did say we had about 4K per player for the NiP squad. Do you buy into this one? Do you completely wreck your money by just keep force buying into weak situations, or do you just take another eco here, allow Na'Vi to go 7-1? It looks like they'll be doing just that. Bit of a partial buy situation. Could have forced into it with Famises and stuff, but I don't think it was the right call. They need to get a double orb, so I think get Forest and Draken with the orbs and try and fight back here. Na'Vi just ravishing them right now. It will be CZs, Deagles, PD50s, and 1 body armor for Rez. And a couple of HE grenades. Not going to be bombarding anything at the very start of the round, hoping to do some damage towards inside. That's exactly where Na'Vi are heading. So here comes the nade. Spots 1, chucks it in. I don't think it'll do a ton of damage. Oh, 1 point of health to Zeus, so worth its weight in gold.
Yeah, that was fantastic stuff already. And let's see if they can capitalize on that damage that has been done. Reds.
Ooh, flashes aren't great.
He's going to be fully blind, but the timing wasn't ideal. That's going to allow him to find one. He just keeps peeking out into it. It's finding to be dealt with as they mop up the players that were in B. Bomb plant comes through for Na'Vi, and now it's just the pistols on NiP. Try and retake this, and they might not even give them the kills. They're already starting to fall back, play it more passive, wait to see if Na'Vi try going aggressive. And then that way maybe you can get yourself a rifle to hold on to.
This was another eco from NiP. Still, it might look like a scary scoreline, but NiP's still fun. They can still win the half. I never get too carried away with these sort of situations. NiP probably going for the double orb situation for the next round, but get right causing some damage here. He does take down 1. Exist chiming in as well. They certainly can't win the round, but they're making it expensive for Na'Vi here for sure. There it is. Another frag for Exist. 2 in total. Might find the clean sweep. They can't win, but going to save an AK, maybe even an AWP as well. That's actually a very good round for NiP, all things considered. Going with nothing. Leave with an AWP as well. Plenty of money to work with here. A chance to get back into this game now. Single AWP at this point. Goes in the hands of Draken, of course. Forest would be the secondary AWP, but they go for the 4 rifles around the sniper. Simple, though. Seems to be hitting every single shot right now. We'll follow Draken just at the beginning here as he goes towards the lower ramp inside. Maybe aggressive here. Wants to try and go for one of those fallen AWP shots. He's going all in. This is definitely the fallen play. And he tries to find it. Here we go. Molotov off, and oh, that's unfortunate for him. Edward, wide peak, takes him down.
Yeah, and Draken has fallen as opposed to successfully pulled off that shot, and that's the man advantage gathered here for Na'Vi. Simple.
This is their bread and butter now. With Zeus at the helm of this team, early picks, he loves this. He loves his whole back, just completely run the clock down and wait for the CT reactions to come in. This is it. Rez actually does a good job there. They weren't expecting that towards the upper ramp. Edward drops, and now 4 and 4. Good job by the new signing of NiP.
Oh, both players tagging each other away. Zeus isn't looking too healthy, but he's going to go chasing for it. As Forest falls, get right, able to pull things back into a 3-on-3. Na'Vi start this push on out. Simple's been allowed to worm his way all the way down, but Exist takes the fight with Zeus. Simple's there, though, to reinforce and back up his leader, which he will. Rez and Get Right. And what remain, and Rez is able to take 1 more. Turns us into the 2-on-2. Get Right has the AWP. Not something we're entirely used to seeing, but let's see if he can make it work. Misses that first shot onto Zeus, but the nade from Rez pulls it back. Time working against Na'Vi here. 30 seconds left. Still time for him to rotate off if Simple would like. He spots Rez. Gonna go back in for it. Misses that flick. And that is... I was going to say that would be it. He goes back for more, and Rez punishes him for it. 4K there for the newest addition to the NiP roster. as they do manage to get that second round. The economy of Na'Vi going to be reset as well on the back of it. So the scoreline might have been 1-7 up until then.
Yeah.
But it just goes to show you how close those rounds were.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I said it wasn't that scary of a prospect for NiP. The money was starting to stabilize. He needs to win a couple of rounds and then break Na'Vi, who are going to force now by the looks of things as well. AK's coming out, PG50s and Deagles, and it will be Draken back on the AWP towards middle. Rez has been performing, holding his nerve in the key clutch situations as well. Manages the best simple. And that's no easy task, let me tell you. Round number 10 now, getting to the final few moments of the first half. Na'Vi desperate at this point. They've got one smoke, 2 flashbangs. In terms of the money, they are all in. So Deagles, PD50s, and Edward and Seized to try and get things done here. Zeus takes a nade to the face, goes down to 37 points of health.
And they are taking it very, very slowly. Waiting over here in main. We're going to rejoin the rest of the guys. Zeus throwing out flashes down through Ivy to keep their attention. And it has worked. Forest briefly rotating off, now going to turn his attention back out towards a main. Does the damage. Down goes Edward. That's the man advantage picked up. Draken dispatching of one more on the AWP. Forest going to run out of ammo, and that'll mean Flamey finds him. Zeus takes the fight up close, but it sees to find the frags. Exist and Rez suddenly watching this round slip through their fingers, locked in the 2-on-3. Exist is flashed back. The bomb plant can come in here for Na'Vi.
He needs to be very careful. He gives his position away by firing off some pop shots there from the Ivy position. Surely he gets taken down here, but there are low HP Na'Vi players in front of him. Bomb will be denied by Rez. The young man stepping up once again. Nice work with the M4A4. Brings it into a 2-on-2 situation. Time ticking away. 15 seconds now. The bomb isn't planted. Exist. He's lying in wait towards Ivy as well. Trying to deny this, but he might not have to do anything. It's now Flamey. 5 seconds remaining. Surely can't win this one. He knows Rez is stuck toward the corner. Great smoke, holds his nerve, time to get away. 3, 2, 1, it's done. Rez gets the kill as well. Oh, what a triumphant performance there. 2 rounds in a row, clutches between Simple, and then gets 3 key frags and denies the plan.
Flamey goes down after the clock as well. So now he's got no money heading into this one, only $700. They had 2 eco anyway. When you look at now what they can afford to buy into that next round, yeah, it means they have to force here.
They do. We'll see what they can bring to the table. CZs, Deagles, PT50s, and Flamey now. He can't really afford much more than a smoke, a Molotov, and a PT50 itself. No armor for him, and a chance now for NiP to get back into this game. Rez, he's getting confident now. As we're to round number 11. 7-3 is the overall scoreline. Some very tight situations, but NiP have been kept modest as well, but that's lovely. Draken sets it up with the alley-oop towards the upper ramp. Rez takes one down, but the instant reply there with the CZ. Draken now, close range AWP, wants to fall back here. Smoke coming towards the upper ramp. 4-on-2, Simple down to 29 HP.
He's got that M4 to play with, but he is tagged within inches of death. Flamey starts to rotate over towards Pop Dog. We've seen Na'Vi switch up from B through this avenue time and time again. Forest and Exist. They're the 2 men that lie in wait out here on A. 2 of the old dogs of NiP. Na'Vi going to go running on in. I'm not sure if they spied out Forest there up on the boosting connector. They keep nearly seeing him. Flamey going to hit the deck. Simple clearly does as he takes his head off, goes back for a little bit more, and they have to be careful. Exist has been tagged low, takes the peek on out, and then will find it. So NiP go ahead and claim a 4th round now. There's still no money here for Na'Vi as a result of having a force buy in that previous. So things do get a little bit tricky. They've given NiP essentially, what, this will be their 4th round consecutively.
It was 7-1, NiP winning clutch after clutch, though. The younger player stepping up for them. Rez, 15 kills and 8 deaths, doing a good job. As we enter round number 12, has to be a little bit of a partial buy here. PD50's Deagles, no armor though. Flamey, full eco, of course, for him. Doesn't really have much to work with here. Looking at the frag charts as well. We're here, Zeus 6, Edward 5. Top of the board is Seized. I called him out earlier in the week. He looked like a little bit rusty from the player break, but seems to be stepping up here on train. Go towards the inside site and towards lower ramp as well, and Na'Vi will wait. So they've got 1 flashbang to work with here. They've all been tagged up, and I don't think they'll get the bomb down here with Draken in towards connector as well.
Gonna flash through. Draken lines up the first 2. The collateral comes in. Rez is gonna fall though, so that's the bomb plant facilitated unless Forest steps up and put a stop to it. That is now all on Simple. 3 HP, but he's still doing damage. And this man, he might be one accidental wrong foot on that ladder away from dying, but he's still such a threat. With the Deeg in hand, he can still wreak some havoc as one of those NiP boys just found out. He's going to continue wrapping around all the way through CT, going to try and catch them off guard. Exist doesn't hear it, has no idea actually, so Simple wrapping round is so threatening because everyone from NiP is looking completely the wrong way. Here's one rotating in, and there you go, Forest. Spidey senses start tingling, and that turns his attention back round to Simple.
Certainly had some legs to the idea there from Simple, but not quite. Forest takes him down. Here's the replay, that nice grenade at the very start, and the collateral shot from Draken as well. It's going to be 4 rounds in a row, I believe, for NiP. Yes, indeed it will. And now money finally starting to favour Na'Vi. They can buy up into this one. No Simple AWP. A full array of AKs and utility to work with as well. They'll go towards inside. This could be an execution off the back. Grenades chucked towards the bomb train. Not successfully, though. No real damage inflicted just yet. Back towards the dumpster, it seems, although actually deployed some smoke. You can see the bomb ready and waiting towards inside. That's on the back of Zeus for now. He's waiting, watching the upper halls. Could be a bit of a fake here, or he could fall back and split outside from Poplock, of course. Smoke's deployed. And this will indeed be a set piece. What is the play? Is it a fake or a full commitment?
They've only used a couple of smokes in this one. Seized, pushes on out, but he is there. Along with Flamey, the rest of the guys now going to try and carve their path in through Popdog here. Incendiary holds them back for a while. Draken's up on top of the trains, lying down the hurt, able to find the first. Exist as damage. Zeus is fully blind and runs into the blazing gun of Get Right. Simple only manages to get one, and Draken, he's stepping up right now with the AWP. He's someone who, you know, when he joined the roster, he really had a huge impact for NiP, really raised their overall standings, and since then kind of fell off a little bit, but now we're starting to see that resurgence come through once again. He's been key in a couple of these rounds, and I think he just needs that push in the matches early on, the motivation to get him going, and he found that a couple of rounds ago versus those ecoing players, you know, just kind of started to get that warmed up feeling, and now we're seeing him night and day in comparison to yesterday, if you remember.
7-6 right now, another round denied, and some aggression coming in. Some assertive plays from NiP. It only gets them one frag, and it's Simple to go down, but they are not necessarily forced buy fully into this one. It's a partial buy, but Rez pushing inside as well, looking so confident right now. 70 kills in total, with C still fighting back here towards outside. He'll go. Bomb not on his back, but he does upgrade to the A4. Being spotted, surely he goes down. There it is. Get Right gets the final frag. And we go into now a 3-on-2. Still heavily favours the CTs, all things considered, but Edward, M4 in hand, playing with the scout as well. Rez on 2 HP. There are some factors here, and Get Right goes down. A swift headshot from Flamey brings it to the 2-on-2.
Scouts have had such an impact today. Flamey going to look to try and rotate round and join his teammate over towards B. Holds the angle, and Rez, the timing's wrong here, could start to peek on up. Just come walking into his crosshair, gonna hold his tongue. Waits down here and Pop, gonna wait till he hears that bomb go down, and actually Edward gonna keep taking the aggression. Wants to try and make sure everything's clear. Which it is. Rez now sneaking up from behind. Draken's rotating in as well as they start to suspect that something might be awry inside the B-bomb site. Flamey misses that first shot. Rez is coming around from behind. It's a 2-on-2 that really never should have been here. And Rez, the man on 2 HP, he's the danger man. He's the one playing it up close. He has to try and step up. If the timing's right, he could even try and spy Edward. He nearly sees him crossing, but Flamey executes him. And now it's Draken. 1 versus 2. Edward's wrapped round from behind. Gonna look to try and shut him down. The duel gonna come in up close with Flamey, who's up on top of the train. Draken finds the first. Now looks to try and hide. And Edward hasn't given up his position just yet, but Draken has an idea. Pop flashes in, gonna try and stick the defuse. Edward lands the shot, and that will be Na'Vi to get themselves another round.
It's almost impossible for Draken with that sort of plan, because obviously it's right next to the train. You don't even have to line anything up. Even when the smoke's down, shoot down the left-hand side of the train, straight line, you're always going to find him. And unfortunately for Draken, decent attempt there towards the lower ramp, but it is Na'Vi there with the small partial investment. Eagles and CZs managing to pull apart NiP and win the half overall as well. Last round now, number 15. Money available for either side. You can see the all back in Simple's hands. And same story for Draken as well. Forest feeling the burn somewhat as he's just down to that CZ. Couple of kits to work with, but no incendiaries now. As the CD trying to work hard for this first pick. It's going to be Draken. Watching main entrance up close and personal. Trying to get that first shot in, but for now Exist, who went aggressive in the previous round towards Ivy. And he got one frag, funneled them towards inside, but that was almost their demise.
Smoke goes down to try and keep them away from Ivy. Simple's boosted up, and he can see over the top of that smoke. Exist knows that as he gets tagged. Down to 9 HP. Forest in retort is going to try his hand at aggression. Flamey spots him with damage being done. Flamey's not looking too healthy. Tries to double down. And Forest, well, top him there. Edward, in the meantime, just peeks into B, finds that opening frag on a res, and that is the B bomb site crumbling down around NiP. Edward single-handedly seizes control, and now you can see NiP starting to doubt themselves here. Where is it they try and play from as Get Right keeps holding Ivy. Aggression from Forest could be the thing that wins this out for NiP. Edward is holding for the prospect. But Forest, if he shuts down, seized as he tries to rotate in with that bomb.
Still a 3-on-3, but as I said, that Edward finds a lovely shot there to take down Forest. Exists low as well, and Zeus sneaking out Ivy. This is like a destined kill for him. Takes down Get Right, and now it seems like it's all falling apart. Exists, low HP, does get one back in return, but is it going to be enough? It doesn't seem like it. 9-6 is the overall scoreline there. A back and forth game. It started out so strong for Na'Vi there. 7-1, but as soon as we saw some clutches come through from Draken and Rez as well, it seemed like it revitalized NiP, and we started to see a good performance from them. Still anyone's game, and we'll see who takes it in the second half after this break. All right, welcome back. It's D-Train, Na'Vi versus NiP. A back and forth game, but NiP still within reach of finding this first map. It's 9-6, the overall scoreline as we switch halves here. Na'Vi going to the CT side though, Harry, and that's certainly more favoured these days. That's been historically through all the iterations of Train, but we'll see whether Na'Vi can win the pistol and maybe solidify their chances of taking the first map here. NiP certainly on the chase, but all it takes is a pistol in their half as well to tie things up at 9-9.
Yeah, pissed around, it's going to be worth its weight in gold here. In particular for NiP, as you said, to try and equalise out this scoreboard. Na'Vi, what are they going to be buying heading into this one? They've got armour on 4 players. Zeus going to probably be the man to invest in that kit, as you would expect. For NiP, 3 sets of armour. Rez, there you go, going to be making up that 4th. Exist in with the smoke and the Molotov, which already suggests that B play into me.
We'll have a look. Definitely the Molotov suggests that. It means you have a post-plant situation with the Molotov to drop on the bomb. Most teams do favour towards the inside side, but what in God's name is that? Forest gets it completely destroyed there at the main entrance. A swift headshot there from Simple brings it to a 5-on-4. Now then, towards inside we do go indeed, but Seas and Flamey and Simple and Zeus, everyone's rotating in. They seem to know before NiP do they'll be coming to this side of the map.
Yeah, that Molotov not even ever going to get to see the light of day unless that bomb goes down. Red's able to find the equalizer. Bomb now ticking away in the afterplant. NiP not given any time to really try and solidify anything. As Simple.
Oh my God.
He's going to be tearing them limb from limb. What's going on with this man? He's already got himself 3. Looking to try and make it 4, and he'll win it out. Get right hits the deck. And Simple is a beast. That is Na'Vi to go ahead and get themselves a 10th round. They'll get into double digits and pave a path to take this 11-6 before NiP get a bye together.
Insane shots there from Simple. Just when it seemed like NiP got some sort of an opening, the bomb goes down, they get a kill or two, then everything just goes horribly wrong. Here's the retake right now. Simple just looking so confident throughout that procedure. Final kill wasn't as exciting as the ones before, but he gets the job done. The opening shot towards main entrance is the best in my opinion, but still, 10-6. Was must-win really for NiP. They're still fine. Got the bomb down. That's okay. So they can get the AKs out in the third. A little bit of investment here. Deagle. That's about it. They know this round's pretty much done. They're just going to try and get the bomb down if possible. Maybe fake outside and the bomb runs in towards inside. But we'll see what happens. But here we go. Yeah, a team kill. That's not ideal.
Oh, Forest. There you go. Power struggles in NiP. As Zeus shoots up through Pop Dog. It's actually being Exist to pick that up with the Glock. Doesn't account for Seas being there. And Na'Vi run over them in that round very, very simply. Now the buy can come in. TK doesn't seem to affect the economy all too much, which is good.
No, in CSGO it's not so much a huge issue. In like Source 1.6 used to lose like, I think it was $1,000 per team kill. And now in CSGO it's just like $300. So it's not as detrimental. You've already been punished by killing your own teammate, right? Competitive CS. That's the punishment itself. You don't need to have insult to injury.
Well, on this push on in, it's already going to get torn limb from limb. Seized opens up with 2. That's the bomb drop down in the open. Rotates coming on in.
Dink.
And damage through the smoke. As you say, the dink rains into Draken. Zeus as well. These SMGs going to town. Forest, the last man left. Able to take 1, make it 2, but then Flamey gets the trade. And that round for NiP quickly turns sour. They get funneled in through this choke point. Forrest does a nice job to try and get 2 back, but that was it. And it was the 2 SMG players anyway, because Na'Vi didn't bother investing into that round all too heavily. It was a free round. It works brilliantly. And now we can see the SMGs brought up once again. Zeus in with the MP9 because he's my boy, and Seized on the UMP.
Yeah, they know it's a full eco here for NiP towards that lower ramp. Interesting decision. We've got the AKs as well. Surely default the start. You know they're on SMGs. Get the first pick. Don't just rush down lower. And I did the can wicket that first pick, but such a risk, I think, anyway. But it sees tremendous job there with the UMP. Drops a nade on their head, sprays them down one by one. You can hear the dings coming through, and he's continuing that good form. He looked really ropey yesterday, but today, much better, I have to say. Trying to find some practices, Exist. He gets 1, takes down Zeus towards Pop Dog, upgrades, I guess, in a way to an MP9. It's something, not ideal. And they're Simple trying some wall banks right now. I'm not going to find any luck just yet. Almost no chance of NiP winning this round. If we can find a couple of frags, that would be something at least.
Yeah, I mean, Exist has the MP9. He could look to try and make some cash.
You're a big fan of this MP9, aren't you?
I love the MP9.
Every time it comes out.
You know that it's my favorite SMG, right? So, yeah, of course. I mean, you have to try and rep it. I think it's the SMG of 2017.
We'll find
official
out.
title.
If Exist gets 1 kill here with it, I'll believe.
Oh, he doesn't have armor though, Henry. You've given me an unfair playing
You said
field.
if it's the best gun,
well,
then,
okay, fine then. We'll see. Let's believe in Exist. He's on the PT. He's already failing me. Exist, please. There's no way I can prove this. He's going to do damage, and there we go. Never actually used the MP9, Henry, so that doesn't count.
All right, fair enough. Forrest now the last player remaining, 3-on-1, 22 HP. Not really much he can do here with the Desert Eagle. All right, maybe he can. He brings it down to the 1v1. Now we've got a chance. It was quite beautiful to watch, but it doesn't find him around victory. Unfortunately there, some heroics from Patrick, but not quite enough to win it. Let's have a look at that. I didn't really believe for a second. I'm not sure why. Proved me wrong. Lovely stuff there from Forrest. Not enough to win the round, but there it is. 13-6. Draken with the AWP now. Last chance to looking for NiP to start getting some rounds on the board. Scoreline in the second half currently sits at 4-0 for Na'Vi after having the 9-6 start in the first half. For Simple, of course, as well. In terms of the setup, Simple goes towards the upper ramp. This is brave by him. Pushes through the flames, in fact. I actually kind of like that. Towards that first box and holds his position, meaning he can have one player inside, 4 towards outer. First pick going to mean everything exists. Struggling somewhat here. Surely picks it up, but he doesn't. How does Flamey come out on top in that duel?
Yeah, Flamey's still alive. It's all going to be causing them some real issues here. Draken can't get the rebound, so that is the man advantage up for Na'Vi. You were hoping he would have refragged that there.
I was hoping Exist would hit that shot. It seemed like it was his for days. Did the damage initially. One more bullet would have done it, but now dueled there. And it's going to be the 5-on-4, but still Zeus hungry for more here towards the main entrance. Spots one. Can't get the frag though. Forest bests him, and now we have a chance for an IP.
Yeah, back into that 4-on-4. Rez going to try and extend the man advantage in their way, which he will be allowed to do as he sneaks out from Ivy. NiP slowly but surely spreading their forces out over here to try and make their way into A. It's Seized coming out of the back line. Get Right finds him. Flamey gets one before the trade does come in, and now Simple 1v3 up on the site. He's going to be a real threat, but Get Right just says no. And that is NiP to get themselves one in this second half, and hopefully one of many more to come as they look to try and pull this one back, make things more competitive. The AWP board up for Na'Vi.
Round number 6. Big round there for NiP. Finally something, but they haven't broken the bank just yet. They're getting there. You can see Zeus just down to the CZ here. Hasn't had the best second half so far, but Simple still on the AWP himself. Same story for Draken. And this is the round NiP have to win now. Their money's okay, but lose this, they're definitely going to be an eco town. So we'll see what they can do at this point. It's going to be a full default for the start, but look at the CT setup. Flashbang comes through at Ivy, and they're trying to take down Get Right here, who gets away from the flashbang just about. Evades death, and at this point, it's going to be Draken that can't do the same sort of feat. Taken down there, out-dueled by Simple. 5-on-4. CZ still for Zeus. There's still a chance here, but they have lost their star AWPer.
Sis can be waiting up by Pop, throws out that Molotov to send Zeus running back. Has managed to get control of Pop Dog for the time being. Zeus does retreat on towards the bomb train. Peek from Simple, spots the leg of Forest, but he doesn't connect onto anything. Open the bomb, starting to make their way over here towards B. Rejoining Exist and Rez, ready to push on in. Flamey and Sees there, the 2 for Na'Vi. To try and put up the stellar defense needed to lock down at this B bomb site. Molotov into Pop. The rest of the guys for NiP now come charging on in. The Molotov misses its timing over on ramp, but actually it divides the forces. That spray is perfect from Seized as he demonstrates expert's control. Is going to go down to Get Right as the man advantage still in favor of Na'Vi here, but Get Right desperately trying to pull this back. Rez chimes in with one more, make that 2 as he spots out one, and oh, Edward, 1v2. Yeah, this replay is great and everything, but here we go. We get back to the round at hand. Edward sneaking on up. Makes his way up towards the bond train. Rez walking by him here. Doesn't have the support of Get Right. Edward goes in for the shot, but he whiffs, and Rez gets the triple as a result. That will be NiP making their way back into this one. They're on 8 now. They've reset that CT side economy as well. Yeah,
decent attempt there from Rez. He's actually been very good. He was transferred from Epsilon. Seems like the farming team of the Swedish scene. And same story for Draken as well. That's where he came from. Same story for Disco Doppler as well. And what a pickup he's been, especially in this game. He finds himself on, I think, 15 frags now. As it's going to be Draken to open things up with the AWP. Back to a healthy situation here for the T side. Nothing really invested by Na'Vi whatsoever.
Simple able to find one, make that 2.
No.
Simple doing simple things, and now this round, there never should have been anything more than just a mop-up for NiP. Has turned into a bit of a bloodbath. Seized, waits up close. He's going to rely on Get Right not finding him, which he won't. Oh, down goes Get Right now. He's got himself an AK to play with. It's a 1v2. Seized falls to Forest, but that round was getting scary.
Definitely was. Simple, that P250. My God. It was almost going to fall apart for them there. Forest though finishing things off with the AK-47. And great. All power once again for Simple, of course. 21 frags to his name. NiP though, this is a similar story we had earlier in the week. They got wrecked in the first half, and then they have a huge comeback and then just fall short. It's always so disheartening to lose maps in that fashion, but We'll see if they can convert this one to a victory today. Get right. No nades remaining. Seized. He's holding the smoke out towards lower ramp. Wants to buy as much time as he can for his team. Spotter Pixel, he's there by himself. Drop that smoke. Flashbang though will mean he has to drop it a little bit earlier than he would have liked. Number 8 now. Inside execution. Yanko touching this on the desk. NiP are known to have a very deadly inside execution. Doesn't look like that's the one coming in right now. This looks quite simple. Walking down the lower ramp, one flash in. Sees by himself. We have got a player connector as well. That's simple. And he won't hit the shot just yet, but he nails that one. And it's going to be a bloodbath here towards the lower ramp. 2 frags for Na'Vi. It's simple through the smoke. Finds the third as well. And it's going to be the bomb planted, but probably fully diffused at this point. Get right, lurking towards the other side of the map. Desperately trying to run in Harry, but I think he knows it's over. No kit, and they've actually got the full defuse in. That's quite cool. Well played. Get right. Trying to do what he can there, but simple. He keeps finding such great form time and time again. Lovely stuff by him. And he's looking quite confident as the primary AWPer, I have to say. It's quite beautiful to watch.
Yeah, 23 and 19 right now. Seconded only to Seized, who's actually top in the server. 26 to 17.
Back. Best form I've seen this week from him. Except in the player break, he looked very rusty indeed, and he was hardly in lights out form before that either. Na'Vi have been struggling the last 6 months, and he was one of the names that was kind of being juggled around as to, and speculated as to whether he'll be removed from the lineup when they were changing players and bringing Zeus back in, but given another chance when Guardian was taken out, seems to be performing right here, right now.
So,
6 kills.
Henry, you're coach of NiP. What would you do in this scenario if this is how how it's gone?
Right now, the second half's been pretty decent for them, right? They lost the first 4 rounds, and they got 3 gun rounds in a row. They were winning lots of clutches in the first half. Like, right now, I think maybe chucking that inside execution, that would be something quite cool. We know C's normally there by himself. I think that's fine to go for that off the bat. If you get inside control, push simple back if you go towards the upper ramp, Molotov it. Go for something like that. That could be working out for you. Let's see how this round goes for them. See what kind of approach they bring to the table here. Number 9. Looks like the default for now. Some smokes deployed, though. Nice and early, though, from the from the terrorist side. Maybe trying to bait something out. They're not committing just yet. One player towards Pop Dog. That's the AWP player of Draken. Falls back now after not finding anything.
Yeah, and actually, if you look at it right now, it's only Seized over here at B. The rest of the guys fixated on what's going on at A, as that smoke barrage did rain in early. Now the rest of the utility going to come in a quick flurry to try and open things up for NiP. They charge on through, but Na'Vi, they've got 4 players here to try and send the Swedes back. Zeus peeks on out, finds the burst. Simple does damage with the AWP, but this round starts to elude them here. Get right. Tries to pull things back in his favor, but Simple laying down the pain. Forest 1v4. A tall order for anyone in this man. Well, we've seen him have some fantastic plays back in the day. It's been a long time coming for him to try and pull off something like this now. Starts to loop round, spotted out by Simple. Edward knows exactly where he is. Shots raining in from behind, but Forest is quick. Edward is quicker. He will be shut down, and that is Na'Vi to arrive at match point, 15 to 9. But that 180 from Forest, that was beautiful.
It was quite nice, but a little bit in vain, I would say. A good attempt to get that first shot. Nice kill, but doesn't find a round victory. Match pause now for NiP. How do they distribute the wealth here? Not much of it, I have to say. 3K top of the store, top of the coffers for them. Get right at 3,400. And in terms of that buy, they have to go for, obviously, it's match point now. Double orb set up for Na'Vi. I think you go for like Tech 9, smokes, body armor, full outside, wall of smokes, get the bomb down. Hope for the best. It's the best way to counter those AWPs. It's looking very good right now for Na'Vi. 6 match points to work with here. AK comes out for Get Right. That's about as good as it gets. He's got no head armor either. A few smokes. Has to be a set piece here. They can't do a default.
Yeah, they just don't have the utility to deny any of this AWP presence, especially as another one gets bought out for Seas now. We've got the double AWP set up in play for Na'Vi. Fast play. Fast set piece does seem like the way to go here to try and negate those AWPs. Use the couple of smokes you do to try and obstruct that vision. Simple boosted up here. It isn't going to be smoked back just yet, but you can see they're being lined up. Draken and Forest going to try and get them in early. Exists holds on to his by the looks of things. But they're going to be throwing them in now. Get right. He's the man who has to try and open this up. Is this actually going to land down over towards Ivy? Get right, falls to Flamey. That's the one rifle they had out of their hands immediately. Simple. These smokes aren't doing anything for him as he peeks over the top. In fact, they might even look to try and aid him that much more as now he rains death down from his watchtower. Simple doing the damage. Man within the site res tries to get the bomb planted, but he's going to fall to Edward. And then Forrest walks into the firing line. That is Na'Vi to win out Train.
It certainly is. I did favour Na'Vi coming into this one. The form they've shown recently and the promising primary AWP of Simple as well. It seems like it was a bit of a masterclass generally, especially in the second half from him. NiP not looking their best right now. Some glimmers of hope round to round. And they are looking like a decent team. It's just they can't keep it consistent throughout the half. Some blunders there. But Na'Vi, they will be taking map number 1. Looking quite strong, I have to say. And we'll throw it back over to the boys at the desk.
Henry's predictions on point there. He made them earlier today. They were right. He's back Na'Vi in, and it's looking good. C's playing well. That's something which we were critiquing them on when we saw Na'Vi play earlier. He didn't have a fantastic performance, but here he was topping the scoreboard with Simple, and they were doing a lot of work. It didn't look like they were really too bothered by anything that NiP were throwing at them. Even when they're in man disadvantaged situations, they were still able to pull away with it. And at half-time there, the Betway odds were $1.10 for Na'Vi and $6 for NiP, and I feel that was pretty accurate.
True, C's, I believe, he had a good game against Heroic in Navi's loss too, so I think it just shows that he's still very capable of playing when he doesn't have the burden of in-game leading at the same time, and it just shows you how difficult it can be for some players to perform both. But for NiP in this game, it feels like that abysmal start in the first half, a terrible economic situation as well, was just too much for them to come back from.
Yeah, and that was due to them not able to handle the pushes Na'Vi was throwing at them on that yard. You know, when you lose the first man, I think the most important CTs from the CT side are the one that play bomb train or quad. If you lose one of the two, that kind of opens the floodgates, and then you're just going to get sandwiched from all angles. And that kind of kept happening every single time, even when they were aggressive against Evox. Get-Right was up there a lot of the times. He would maybe be able to get one, but the numbers advantage is always going the way of Na'Vi, and then they would be able to overwhelm.
Yeah, I think in that first gun round, actually, they were a bit unfortunate. They had a good setup for what Na'Vi was trying to do, go for that outer push. They had two players up close at E-box, but Na'Vi had great timing. They jumped through the smoke with a pop flash, and I think both of NiP's players playing close actually had their nades out. So
Get-Right had a CZ.
Yeah, he did.
True, but I mean,
had to put that together first. And
yeah, but I mean, close range, even that's not that terrible playing behind the smoke. I think he even got one kill with it too. So if they both had their guns out when the push actually came in, I think they would have been able to make the hold. But they lose the first gun round, they save, then they win that half buy with the save pretty much, but get immediately reset, and that gives Na'Vi the 7-1 scoreline.
Yeah, what was a little odd to me, like towards the tail end of it, I'm not sure if it's just Na'Vi feeling like they were on point and NiP wasn't necessarily, but they had these really dry outer pushes coming in later on. Well, they didn't even throw pre-smokes at all. They would instead just go straight out, roll outside, and they didn't exactly manage to come out on top of those. So that, I thought, was a little bit odd, but, you know, fair game. I mean, if they felt like that they were on top of it, then, you know, you kind of want to give it a go.
And also now winning both pistols, again,
always helps.
Again, always helps.
Yeah, so going into map 2, a lot of work right now for NiP to do to even look dangerous against Na'Vi, but we can find out after the break. We can throw this one quickly, and we'll see you guys soon.
Flame Dogger.
This should be a clean and easy 16-5.